Hey everyone, welcome to the Nostalgia Kid, new name, Colin64 here, and welcome to our very first Colin64 Comics Direct of June 27, 2021. If you don't know what Colin64 Comics is, I'll tell you what it is. So Colin64 Comics was created in 2017 when I was doing my Alkaloid activity book, and Matthew bought a comic book titled The Adventures of Captain Underpants Jr. I read it and I was thinking about something. Comics are great, especially for Marvel and DC. Maybe Image Comics, and Spawn is my favorite comic of all time. So I decided to make my own comics. My first one was The Amazing Hulk, Waterman and the Giant Robo Shark. But I want to tell you something, because next year marks the 5th anniversary of this company. So to celebrate, I'm deciding to make a remake to my first comic. Enter The Amazing Hulk, Waterman, We Splashed. This is a remake and a remaster to The Amazing Hulk, Waterman and the Giant Robo Shark. Since I've now moved on from all my joins and have RTX on, this comic is actually going to have RTX on. So you can, because that's the future right now. The Amazing Hulk, Waterman Resplash comes out this year, sometime around 2021. Now let's talk about a comic I announced a few months ago, and now we're talking about the details. 2122 Futuristic. I announced this a few months ago, called Futuristic 2020, in a TikTok video, or YouTube video in fact, called hashtag Futuristic 2022. It was a mysterious one, 100 to be a fact, and then a few 2 months later I released 2122 Futuristic announcement. And now it's time to reveal the details on what the characters are going to be like. This girl is so let's talk about the main characters. The main character, the two main characters at least, is Sophia. She is a 15-year-old girl. She's a 16-year-old girl who has a dad, but her mom died a few years before when she was 7. She tries to find hope when she suddenly finds another main character that's Sophia's boyfriend for some reason. Yeah, I'm now doing the cross thing now. Now you see all the robot suits, they're actually kind of with a bit of a Mega Man inspiration. I love you, Capcom, you're the best. Now the villain is a villain from outer space. It comes to the galactic space of Saturn X. Of Saturn's, which is Saturn with a Z. We don't show much art, but I will show you guys more art. I will talk about further details in the distant future. 2122 Futuristic comes out April 27, 2021. 2022. And now, you guys have been waiting for the sequel for the Amazing Hulk Waterman. Last year I announced this. I was the prototype for it. The original release date was February 2nd, 2021. But I decided to wait. But it was going to be much of a big comic like 2122 Futuristic. So I decided to delay this to 2022. I'm sorry everyone. It's just taken so much time. I got plans for 5th anniversary of this. But if you know further details, it's right here on YouTube, on my YouTube channel. You might look up on my videos and you'll find the Amazing Hulk Waterman 2 for tons of information. I'm not going to talk about much here about this comic because you already seen that video where I talked about the details. So we're going to move on. The Amazing Hulk Waterman 2 comes out spring 2022. Now let's move on to 2023. So you guys ever heard of a comic called Katawani Man and Super George? I made this comic back in November 1st, 2018. And it was also kind of popular as well. And I was in it too. As a super. Yeah, I was in it. But guess what? Because in 2023, Captain Whitey Man and Super George are getting a sequel. Enter Captain Whitey Man and Super George 2, A New Hero. A new hero means that there's going to be a new hero in this comic that's from a different place other than Washington, D.C., which is the place that Captain Whitey Man and Super George live. Captain Whitey Man, I'll talk about more further details in the future. Captain Whitey Man Super George 2, A New Hero is out in later 2023. And now it's time to announce the big boy. The one that is gonna be another big one that I'm planning to make for 2023. This is Toku and the Spirits of Japan. I think about this idea way back in 2020 when I loved Japanese in Glass and West. I loved Japanese so much that I decided to make a comic about it. I will tell about the story now. The main character is Toku. He is a Japanese businessman, but when he finds a strange portal, it takes him to the world of spirits, which is the ghost of Japan. I will talk about more in the future. Toku and the Spirits of Japan is going to be out in 2023. Now we're moving on to 2024. So, I announced that Fire Jimmy was going to be in The Amazing Quarterman 2, right? Yep. Well, guess what? He's getting a spin-off. That's why which is the spin-off to the best-selling Amazing Quarterman comic franchise, is happening, and it focuses on Fire Jimmy from The Amazing Quarterman 2. This is Fire Jimmy, Kingdom of Fire, and it will be coming out in 2024. Now, I watched Wolfson recently, so we're gonna bring out the big boy, Wolf Hunter. This is a comic about a girl named Wolfie, kind of a weird name for a character, who got bitten by wolves back in the past. Now she turns into, when the full moon is out, she turns into a werewolf. She turns into a wolf. Kind of like Wolfwalkers, my favorite movie of all time. Go see that video. Go see me reviewing that. It's an amazing movie. But yeah, Wolf Hunter comes out in 2024. And now, it's time to bring out the big boy of this entire direct. Welcome to Cohen64 Comics Legends Age of Dawn. This is what the real deal. You guys have loved my old comics and waiting for new comics. It's finally time to make a team out of this. Cohen64 Comics Legends. It will be coming out in 2024. Now we're going to talk about Fire Jimmy and Wolf Hunter more in 2025 because they're going to get sequels. Fire Jimmy Back to Burn, and Wolf Hunter 2 is coming out in 2025. And we're also going to do a sequel to 2122 Futuristic, which is going to have the same characters, except with a different villain, called 2122 Legacy, coming out in 2025. And now we're going back to Cohen64 Comics Legends. Glitch Dimensions and Final Wars will be coming out in 2026, which is the final year for me. Do you want to know what those comics come from? They come from the Cohen64 Comics universe. I know what you're thinking, another Marvel Cinematic Universe ripoff, but this is different. This is different than that. Now, if you support me, well, Phase 4 is going to be the final phase of this universe. If you support me on Patreon, which I have now, I will think about getting through Cohen64 Comics universe through Phase 5. You heard me right, Phase 5, so support me on Patreon right now to get me through Phase 5 of this universe. We just have one more announcement before we go. You guys have been waiting for this. Fire Girl and Ice Pig is getting a sequel. You guys have been waiting for this. And it will be coming out in the distant future. Thank you guys for watching the very first Common64 Comics Direct. I will see you guys. Common64 Comics Direct will be coming back in November. So stay tuned. And with all that, thanks for watching and keep reading. Common64 out. Oh wait.